In this video, we will go through different examples of adding new employees and seeing how filters will be affected. So we have already added one employee, which is the HR officer. Now we'll go to manage employees, click new. We need to add the CEO of the company, and we can set the number, the employee ID, and we'll put CEO name CEO name last name مدير تنفيذي الاسم الأخير. And I should enter a valid email address for the CEO. Again, information, national ID, date of birth, and country, and city. So after adding the information, I will click on save, and then the system will take me to the second step. The second step is the contracting, designation date and signing contract, etc. However, in this example, I want to place the emphasis on a certain part, which is if for a certain reason I clicked back or I left the system and it went to session timeout, for any reason, let's say I went by mistake to dashboard, I did not finish the steps. So going back to manage employees, I cannot see the CEO whom I just identified. That's because the system is displaying the existing employees only. So I can select without contracts and I can see the CEO personal information is already saved, but I did not add a contract. So this employee is without a contract. Also, I can select all. By selecting all, the system will display all employees regardless to having a contract or not, or being suspended. And I can do a search and a filter on it. So I did not add a contract for the CEO. I will click edit and I will go to contracting. Under contracting, new transaction, and I have designation. Within the designation over here, I will add the details, start date, signing date, and let's assume it's from the beginning of the month. And I select company, CEO, as we can see, and the basic salary for the CEO, currency, and then the payment method is subject to Social Security, and when did he join, the first date of joining Social Security, subject to tax, and the exemption that he or she is subject to. Entering a tax number is optional. Click save, and then the final step is under attendance. I will link this employee starting from the beginning of the month and their working schedule and their attendance rule. As an example, the CEO, I want to discard all the punches and I don't need to monitor their his or her attendance. Click save. And now if I click back, I go to the employees. Now I have the CEO. Again, as I said, organizational structure could be validated anytime, and we have the CEO within the lead as a lead for the company. As we have mentioned, the organizational structure will be used for workflows and approvals. Again, let's add employee number 2, HR manager. For sure, over here we have to enter their actual names. Last name, and mobile number, and again valid email address. Select the country and the city, nationality, and which document that I have used to fill up this information, and for sure other information such as gender, marital status, and date of birth. I click save, so the system moves me to the second step, and the designation date, first start date, let's say it's from January, and the signing date is the same. Over here I will select the department, HR department, and as I can see over here I will select HR manager, and I will enter the basic salary for this employee, subject to social security, again joining date, and subject to tax, and select the exemption related to this employee. Clicking save will move me to attendance, and again 19 working schedule, and then select the appropriate schedule and late time without overtime as an example. Click save. Now I have my third employee added to the system, and now I will add the financial manager under number 3. Fine. And then I will click save. Contracting, I will select the department, financial department, and as we can see over here I don't have a job description for this employee under the department, so I will keep this page, open the settings, go to job descriptions, open it in a new tab, and say new financial manager, and is linked to department, is head of department of the financial department. I click save. After saving, I will go back to step 2, click refresh. I will refresh the page, and again, as I said, I will select financial department, and as you can see now I have the position, basic salary, payment methods, subject to social security, joining date is subject to tax, and the appropriate exemption. Click save. and then attendance, again, starting date, working schedule, select the appropriate working schedule and the attendance rule that we want. Click save. So after doing this, I will check my organizational structure. As we can see, we have CEO and we have HR department under it. Within the HR department, we have HR officer, and then we have financial manager, and then we have the accounting department, and we can add more employees and more job titles.